Over the last 8 years, we've seen Rocket League evolve in numerous ways, from the discovery of the ceiling shot, flip resets, and even some of the craziest mechanics such as psychos. However, these mechanics will never directly impact your rank until around Grand Champ 2 or 3. I'm sure you're all familiar with the saying, some things never change, and that stays true regarding the skills necessary to climb the ranks in Rocket League. My name's Coach Gingy, and today we will be covering one of the most important mechanics in the game, also known as the half flip. For today's lesson, we need to warm our hands up as some of the physical movements for half flipping can be difficult at first. Let's do some ergonomic stretching to get our hands loose for today's activity. Let's start with the prayer position stretch. I want you to start by putting your hands together as if you were praying. Next, I want you to lower your hands down without adjusting the position of your elbows. This stretch should target the palm side of your forearms. Be sure to hold this position in 30-second intervals. Complete this exercise 3 times. The second stretch that I want you to do is called a thumb adductor stretch. Open your palm loosely like so, and place 2 fingers across the inside of your thumb. While keeping your hand loose, I want you to gently pull back on your thumb until you feel a light stretch happening across the lower plane of your palm. Do this exercise on both hands and hold for 30-second intervals. Complete this exercise 3 times on each side. Now that we've loosened up our hands, let's discuss what a half flip is. A half flip is a mechanic in Rocket League that allows you to quickly maneuver the direction that your car is facing, allowing you to change directions much faster than doing a turn on the field. This mechanic is timeless and has been used in professional play ever since its discovery over 5 years ago. There are many uses of this mechanic, ranging from changing your direction to rotate up the field or back down the field and correcting your positioning after a poor recovery. Before you learn how to half flip, you must know how to perform a flip cancel. For those who don't know, a flip cancel is exactly what it sounds like, a mechanic that cancels your flipping motion in the middle of a flip. To do this, perform a normal backflip, but once your car is completely upside down, flick your analog stick in the opposite direction until your car falls down like this. Now that we've covered that, let's talk about how to perform half flips. Step 1. Drive backwards. Step 2. Perform a backflip while driving backwards. Step 3. In the middle of your backflip, as previously practiced, cancel your flip when your car is upside down. Step 4. As you cancel your flip, use directional air roll to flip your car back onto its wheels. Once you put all of these steps together, it should look a little something like this. Make sure to grind this mechanic over the next few days to get comfortable with the motions, as it's pretty difficult to master if you've never attempted it before. Great, now that you understand the mechanical side of half flips, let's understand certain situations where half flipping should and shouldn't be used. Let's say you've lost all momentum after a challenge. You're facing your opponent's net, but you need to get back on defense. You have 2 options: drive in a half circle to turn around, or use a half flip. Take a second and analyze which option is better. If you said half flipping, you'd be correct. It's much faster to half flip than to turn around in a half circle. Let's look at another example. Let's say you go for a shot on net and it is saved. Your car lands in the opponent's net facing the wrong way. You have 3 options. Option 1 is doing a half circle turn to face back towards your net. Option 2 is driving off the roof of the opponent's net and air rolling your car to face your net. And option 3 would be half flipping. Take a second to think of the best course of action. This is a situation where you probably shouldn't half flip because you would lose all of your momentum. Simply drive off of the roof of the opponent's net and air roll your car so that your wheels are facing the ground again, keeping your momentum for a faster rotation back. Perfect, now that you've learned this mechanic, let's test it out in online matches. I want you to play 5 casual 2v2 games. Now, I don't want you throwing your games by just half flipping in the middle of the field. However, I want you to learn to use this mechanic only in necessary positions, such as rotating back to defense or correcting your car from an awkward recovery. Throughout each of these games, attempt a minimum of 5 half flips in useful situations. Congratulations, you've successfully learned and implemented one of the most useful mechanics in Rocket League. Make sure to tune in next week to learn our next mechanic, dribbling. My name's Coach Gingy, and I'll see you all next time.